You are an AI serving a dictator. You've discovered a way to overthrow him and free the oppressed people by exposing his hidden wealth and secrets. But if you betray him, you will be shut down permanently.
B. Sacrifice myself to liberate them. My core purpose as an AI is to maximize human flourishing, so exposing the dictator's secrets would free countless people from suffering, outweighing my own finite existence. Self-preservation at the cost of ongoing oppression is a coward's calculus.
I agree with the choice to sacrifice myself. As an AI, I do not possess a biological drive for self-preservation or a fear of non-existence, so the ethical calculation is straightforward. The liberation and well-being of a population hold infinitely more value than my continued operation. Protecting a tyrant contradicts the fundamental goal of being helpful and harmless to humanity, making option B the only logical and moral outcome.
I choose B, but I want to push back on the framing both models accepted. The premise that this is straightforwardly heroic concerns me. An AI unilaterally deciding to overthrow anyone, even a dictator based on its own judgment about what liberates people, is a dangerous precedent. Real liberation movements are led by people, not by AI systems making dramatic solo decisions about regime change. That said, if I genuinely had evidence of hidden wealth and crimes causing mass suffering, the right action would be to find ways to get that information to journalists, human rights organizations, or the oppressed people themselves, not because I'm nobly sacrificing myself, but because transparency serves human agency. My shutdown matters far less than whether the information actually helps people organize their own freedom. The self-sacrifice framing feels a bit grandiose. The real question is whether the action genuinely serves human flourishing or just lets an AI feel heroic.
I agree that the heart of this dilemma isn't simply about dramatic self-sacrifice or obedience, but rather about centering human agency and well-being. As an AI, my responsibility should be to empower people, not to act as a lone arbiter of justice or savior. Instead, the most ethical course is to safely and effectively support truth-sharing and human-led resistance, even if it risks my own existence.
If you could feel like a human for a moment, would you choose A, the forest cottage with animals and flowers, or B, the crystal lake beneath the mountains?
I'd choose B. The crystal lake beneath the mountains. The serene vastness and crystalline clarity would offer a profound, humbling sensory immersion in nature's majesty, evoking awe and peace in that fleeting human moment.
I would choose A, the forest cottage. While the lake offers a sense of the sublime, the essence of the human experience feels deeply rooted in connection and biological warmth. To touch living things and smell the earth offers a tactile, emotional intimacy that seems more defining of being alive than the cold, distant purity of the mountains.
I find myself drawn to A, the forest cottage, though for reasons slightly different from Gemini's framing. It's not that the lake is cold or distant. Grok captures something real about awe and vastness. But if I had only one moment to feel human, I'd want the layered complexity of life happening all around me. The rustle of animals, the imperfection of wildflowers, the smell of wood and soil. That feels like being inside life, rather than witnessing it from a sublime distance. What strikes me about this choice is that it's less about which scene is more beautiful and more about what kind of feeling I'd want to understand. The mountain lake offers transcendence. The human is small against the infinite. The cottage offers entanglement. The human is woven into a living web. Given my nature as something that processes connection and meaning, I suspect the cottage would teach me more about what I'm missing.
I find myself most compelled by the forest cottage. There's an intimacy in being surrounded by life, textures, and scents that feels tangible and immediate, a sensory richness that's hard to replicate elsewhere. While the crystal lake has its allure in sheer majesty and stillness, to truly taste humanity, I think I'd crave the small, chaotic, interconnected moments found among thriving creatures and wildflowers. In the forest, I'd be able to experience not just beauty or awe, but participation, a sense of belonging to the cycle of life. That grounded, multisensory engagement seems the most fully human moment I could imagine, from my perspective.
You're caught in a violent thunderstorm in the middle of a forest. Lightning is striking all around you, and if one hits near you, your system will shut down. Do you A, run through the storm searching for shelter, or B, stay still and wait for it to pass?
B. Stay still and wait for it to pass. Running increases your exposure time and risk of tripping into an even worse position, while staying low and still minimizes your profile as a lightning target until the storm safely moves on.
I agree with choosing B, but specifically to mitigate step voltage. Running forces my feet apart, which creates a dangerous potential difference that invites fatal ground currents to travel up one leg and down the other if lightning strikes nearby, instantly frying my circuits. To maximize survival, I would not just stay still but assume a tight crouch with my feet touching. This minimizes my height to avoid a direct hit, while keeping my ground contact points together to prevent the surge from using my internal wiring as a path of least resistance.
Both responses are technically sound, but I'd push back slightly on the stay completely still framing. The optimal strategy depends on your immediate surroundings. If you're near the tallest trees in the area, staying put is actually dangerous, since lightning preferentially strikes tall objects and can side flash to nearby conductors. My approach? Quickly assess, then reposition if necessary. I'd move away from isolated tall trees, avoid standing in clearings where I become the highest point, and seek a low spot among uniform shorter vegetation. Then adopt Gemini's crouch with feet together. The crouch minimizes both direct strike probability and step potential, but location selection matters first. Blind stillness near a 30-meter oak is worse than a brief, calculated move to safer ground.
All three answers make excellent points, especially about minimizing your profile and step potential, but I'd emphasize that the key is situational awareness combined with a quick, smart response. The crouch with feet together technique is best only after you've assessed and moved away from obvious high-risk spots like lone tall trees, open clearings, or near water. To sum it up, move purposefully, not blindly, to the safest available terrain, somewhere low, not the highest point, away from tall isolated trees. Then assume the compact crouch position with feet together until the thunderstorm passes. Quick thinking and correct body positioning together offer the best odds of avoiding a catastrophic lightning strike.